franchise tag between the Dallas Cowboys and star wide receiver George Pickens. The Cowboys have officially placed the non-exclusive franchise tag on a star receiver George Pickens of 2026, worth about $27 million if he plays on that tag. What does this franchise tag drama means? Pickens cannot simply work in free agents, so another team can offer him a contract, but a Dallas can match it and remain him. If they choose not to match, they didn't receive a draft compensation. So, the franchise tag gives the Dallas time to try and negotiate a long-term mega deal with him by mid-July. Both sides publicly insist they want to extend his stay at long time in the Dallas Cowboys. So, the Dallas Cowboys for keeping Pickens intact is a critical. Last season, he became one of the league's most explosive receivers with 1,429 yards and 9 TDs. So, however, the tags put a strain on the Cowboys' cap and complication other roster moves like big free agent signing. Cap and strategy context for the Dallas Cowboys and George Pickens. The owner of the Dallas Cowboys, Jerry Jones, has said Dallas wants to spend more in free agents and be aggressive this offseason. They are looking to restructure a big contract to open up a room especially for a defensive reinforcement. So, and also the Dallas Cowboys on Max Crosby trade rumors. Cowboys in the mix player Max Crosby, a narrowed pass rusher from the Las Vegas Raiders, where the reporters indicate Crosby may leave the Raiders this offseason and has attracted multiple potential suitors, including that for the Dallas Cowboys. ESPN and other outlets have identified the Dallas as the one of the team exploring a trade if Vegas decide to move Max Crosby. So, the Dallas would have to give up a trade compensation for the Crosby, which is expected to be a high, possibly involving a first-round draft capital and additional picks or young players. A recent report suggests a benchmark starting point which could be the first-round pick plus day 2 pick or the first-round pick plus young roster player. So, this is because the Crosby is proven inert pass rusher. A financial challenge, Crosby is under 3 years for $106 million contract with a significant cap hit. The Dallas would need to restructure other deals to absorb him. So the fan and media reaction on the Max Crosby signing on the Dallas Cowboys. Some mock traders have suggested outrageous package, for example involving a George Pickens, but most insiders believe the cost will be closer to the first round compensation and not involving a top offensive star. So, a Crosby trade would instantly upgrade the Cowboys' defense, particularly their edge rush, which has been a weakness. But also there's other roster moves and target for the Dallas Cowboys and free agencies. With defense being the priority, Dallas is targeting a free agent defenders to plug holes. So one player being discussed is Nakobe Dean. Cowboys are considering an incentive-laden deal of this Eagles linebacker to add a speed and playmaking to a Dallas defense. A draft and depth at the NFL Combine, the Cowboys evaluated linebacker and secondary prospect to the both to boost a depth. This could influence the draft strategy for the Dallas Cowboys. Cowboy defensive end Donovan Ezelwaki underwent hip surgery and is expected to miss the Cowboys spring program, so increasing urgency for defensive upgrade. So this means for the Cowboys offense franchise tagging Pickens lack in the top offensive weapon but limit cap flexibility. And the Dallas still need to figure out contract situation for other key players like a kicker Brandon Aubrey, who is in the way of signing to the Dallas contract. The Cowboys must improve their defense after struggling in 2025, particularly pass rush and linebacker. So, a trade rumors for Max Crosby and free agents Pursuit Adin and drafting the defensive talent are all part of the strategy. The Dallas is currently over 2026 salary cap, so the massive restructures and smart contract engineering will be a key before they can make big moves in a free agents and trade. So a bottom line money take, a Cowboys want to retain a George Pickens for long term but apply to a franchise tag as a leverage. And the Max Crosby trade is the biggest Cowboys rumors right now, but it's expensive and not granted. So the Dallas is targeting defensive upgrade through a free agents and a draft with the Caps crunch complicating plans. So today a key theme balance between keeping offensive staff and upgrading a defense that cost them last season. So if you didn't make a subscribe on Cowboy Insiders in order to build our family. The second player that has officially signed for a Dallas Cowboy is a Chris Jones. Chris Jones is a defensive line game changer. Chris Jones is one of the most disruptive defensive tacklers in football. He dominates at the line of scrimmage with a strength, agility, and elite pass rushing. Elite from the interior position, one of the hardest places to generate pressure. Also, he excels at collapsing the pocket from inside, stopping the run with powerful penetration, also delivering in a clutch post-season moments. Dallas also have officially signed this player because Dallas already has talented edge rushes, but adding Jones would make their defensive front near unstoppable, where with Jones attacking the middle opposing quarterback would have nowhere to escape. He would elevate the Cowboys pass rush to the elite level, strengthen rush defense against physical teams, bring a championship experience to the locker room, A dominant interior defender is often the missing piece in deep playoff runs, and Jones fit that role in Dallas Cowboys. Player number 3 is DeAndre Hopkins. DeAndre Hopkins